Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mind Body Mastery. This is call number 2, and I'm so happy that you're here. I'm sleeveless today, everybody. Did you notice? If you watched the call last week, I was talking about how I always cover up my arms. Yep, today, here I am. This is the look I've always been wanting. I was like, yeah, now's the time. So already I'm experiencing transformation from my own program. And today is week 2, call number 2. And as always, there's going to be a handout in the member area once the video goes up. So just give us a little bit of time. Um, Usually it's about an hour. And it's called Investigating the Images You Hold About Yourself. So I'm just going to go over here to view. Look at you all. Hi, everyone. Everyone's in the house. So grateful for all your comments in the member area. Grateful to all you hardcore Australians up in the middle of the night, probably. There's a chat board. If at the bottom of your screen, you can see there's a chat board feature. You can click on that and you'll see a chat board. And just for those of you who have never been on this call before, normally what I do, it's a 2-hour call, and I normally take the first 30 minutes or so just to go over a teaching and the practice for the week. And then we take a short 5-minute break to stretch, use the bathroom, get some water. And then I spend the rest of the time taking questions. And I try to take as many questions as I can. Um, and I just am grateful for all of you here. So, as always, I like to start with the truth. So here in Mind Body Mastery, it really are practices that work for me. So I was somebody on a spiritual path for over 30 years, and a lot of my practice was intellectual and conceptual. And I would say I'm spirit, I'm not a body, I'm whole and perfect. So it was very conceptual, and I often didn't have the experience that I am spirit, and I didn't know what I was missing. And so the Healing Cure, Mind Body Mastery, any online courses that I have created in the last couple of years have been a focus on how it worked for me. And how it works for me is to come back. That was the practice from last week, to come back into the body, into the thoughts, the beliefs, the sensations, the patterns, the habits. And for the longest time, I felt like, I don't know how to say it, like a total fraud. Like I should not be going this route because, of my commitment to Course in Miracles. And there were many people in the Course in Miracles community that would say, that's not it. Why are you talking about the body? We're not bodies. Why are you focusing on kind of figuring out what the symptoms are for? And I knew I had to trust in my own path. That's really where it came for me. And that's something I shared on last week's call, is that as a teacher, because of the way it's worked for me, I encourage you all to trust in the inner guidance that comes to you, to trust in it with your whole heart, with your whole being. Because oftentimes we really do have to go away from what the crowd is doing. And because of how it worked for me, now I share it. And so when I teach, I always start with the truth. And the truth is, you're not a body. So it's a paradox, right? Because I just said that didn't work for me. But I need to start there because I don't want you to get so sucked into symptoms, pain, habits, conditioning, beliefs, because you can spend a long time investigating and trying to heal layers. And the truth is that there are no layers. There is only the recognition of what you are. And there's many different names you can use: consciousness, being, God, Christ, spirit, love, life. All of these different names for the same thing, which is our eternal, changeless, perfect being, our shared nature. And this life is intelligent. It's pure intelligence. And we spend so much time believing that we are a body that the emphasis is on the body. So what I really want to encourage everyone here for the time that we're together, to make it a training for yourself, is to put the emphasis on presence always. So the emphasis is on the looking and the observation, because the looking and the awareness of looking at the body, mind, thoughts, beliefs, patterns is actually what God is. That's what you are. And we're so not used to thinking like this that we miss it. So I'm going to give you a little practice. I want everyone to put your hand on your neck. I want you to feel the heartbeat. So everybody feels it, right? We all swing on over here. And you can put the hand anywhere you want on the body, right? You can put it on the heart. It's a little harder to feel it on the heart. It's easier to feel it when it's on the neck. You can feel it in your wrists. You can feel it, so you get what we call a pulse, right? And you think that's the body. That's the body, that's the heart. That's, we can describe it. But if we went into a morgue and you put your hand on a dead body, you wouldn't feel a pulse. So I want you to really kind of check in. What is that then? What is that? What's that that's beating? What is that? Interesting. So we're investigating. And what you come to discover is that this is pure life. There's life there. So you might think, well, I'm practically dead. I'm dying. I'm so sick. No. Feel that. Huh. I'm here. Like there's still life. You're not dead. You're here. And that's where, like, we start to bring it back to this curiosity again, this wonder of a child. Or you might think, well, that's my heart. No, that's not your heart. A body that's just no life in it can't do that. It doesn't do that. And you could take any body function whatsoever, and you can compare yourself to either the body that's in the ground, or the body that's in the morgue, or the body that's, in the bed with no life in it. And you can see it does nothing. It is not capable of doing anything. So now what we're doing is we're recognizing, oh, my focus has been so much on the body that I have forgotten the life, the presence, the intelligence. This is the power and the presence of God, which is available to all of us. So I thank you so much for being here. I want you to just remember that the emphasis in all the work that we do together is on presence. And you can, if you want to post it in the chat board, the name you like, there's no right or wrong name here. Like whatever the name is that really resonates with you, consciousness, awareness, God, light, life, love, um, presence, being, beingness, Christ, I am, spirit. There's um, all these different names for our eternal shared nature. And when you start to make that your habit, your new habit, aliveness, I love that. Yeah, I call it that too. Silence, stillness, alive stillness is one of the terms I like to use.